Hi, I'm Pris, and this is Pris Builds. And today on Tangent Tuesday, I'm going to be talking about, is Amberlynn Reid an AFOL? And we're going to be reviewing the City Ice Cream Truck. So the City Ice Cream Truck, we're going to talk about that first, is 200 pieces, retail for about $20 in the US. That brings us to 10 cents a brick, which to me is not the best price per brick. I feel that's a little high. I prefer to be in the 5 to 7 cents a brick range to be happy, but I don't hate it. It's a very fun whimsy set. Comes with 2 minifigs. Little skateboarder person with an ice cream cone. They also come with an alternative hairpiece for this one. And a little person to work the ice cream truck. Kind of cute. And a little dog. Yay. I love the Lego animals. I always think that they are super cute and adorable. So the ice cream truck. It's mostly stickers. I think there was like 1 or 2 printed bricks on the inside. Like a cash register and like a dial system or something. So everything's pretty much stickers. Has a little sliding window. On one side to serve ice cream out of. Kind of like half doors on the sides. I do like the other side because this whole part swings open, which allows you to get in there and play with your ice cream or move your fingers around or do whatever you want to do inside your ice cream truck. Comes with some ice cream cones, some ice cream pieces, and a couple of popsicles. I think they even could have included more ice cream pieces and popsicles to kind of raise the value a little bit of the set. I think that would have been kind of an easy add-on. I do like this ice cream build on the top. Very cute. I like the fact that the slogan of the ice cream truck is only the best. That's very similar to the Lego actual motto, which is only the best is good enough. So I think that's kind of like a fun little Easter egg for fans of the Lego. On the back it has a mind this child. Yeah, you better be minding your kids. I do think it's a little pricey as far as the piece per brick goes. But I think it's very cute, and if you have a fairly big Lego city, this can be like an adorable add-on. It's a smooth ride. So I would recommend this set. I think it's fun. I think it's whimsy. I got it to kind of drive around my Lego town. I could definitely see that appeal. So now for the tangent part of Tangent Tuesday, and I'm going to try to stay focused. Bear with me on this one. So is Amberlynn Reid an AFOL? So my short answer is I don't think so. An AFOL is an adult fan of Lego, and that's usually the term we use for like the really heavy-duty super fans of Lego. For those of you who don't know, Amberlynn Reid is a YouTube creator. She does vlog, slice of life, everyday type stuff in her videos. But people have a lot of feelings around this woman. There are an insane number of reaction channels. I really don't get it, but she's been on the platform like 6 or 7 years. So there's a lot of content and a lot of history. So I'm sure that there are reasons, and I'd care, but you know, effort. I put most of my effort into brightly colored bricks. But it was one of these reaction channels that kind of brought all this on and kind of sent me down this weird rabbit hole. So I was listening to YouTube on some earbuds, and I didn't have my phone up, so I really couldn't see the screen. And through one thing to another in autoplay, I ended up listening to this channel. And it's this woman going, I've been doing expert Legos, and then it breaks into a little song. And I'm like, okay, you go girl, doing some expert Legos. And I listened to a couple of these videos, and I was like, I didn't get it. Like, I was really confused at the content. I was very lost. I didn't understand how it tied on to the expert Legos. I could tell it was trying to be funny, and so I thought that the joke was that she was pluralizing Lego incorrectly. Yeah, okay, I'm that nerdy. I thought that that was the joke. Which, by the way, if you don't know, Lego is generally pluralized by pluralizing the item. Because Lego is the company, so you would pluralize like Lego sets, Lego bricks, Lego employees, Lego, etc. Or according to the Toys That Made Us, which is like a documentary series on Netflix, you can also just use the word Lego as a pluralization by itself. So I guess there's that. anyway, that wasn't the funny thing. The funny thing is she's saying expert Legos, but she's holding this like Harry Potter set, which is like for ages 9 and up. So I was like, all right, I guess that's kind of humorous. But it did make me wonder, because they keep using this over and over again in this reaction channel, that this woman must be doing Lego sets, was my assumption. So I found the actual channel and I watched a lot of videos, you know, I spent some time. And finally I managed to find a video where she has, you know, actually talks about buying Lego sets. And she has the Harry Potter one that they had in the clip. So it's like, all right, I must be getting close. This was like a investigational journey. And then I finally find another one where she's talking about like, oh, you know, I just throw them in a box when I'm done. And I'll put a little clip here for you guys.
So some people have requested to see the Legos I've done, and as sad as this is, as soon as I'm done building them, I literally just throw them in a box. I recently did this creator one. Like I said, I just throw it in a box. It's sad to see, to be honest.
One of the things I noticed was that people in her comments got kind of heated because she had thrown her Lego sets in a box. And she does use the word throw. And I feel that that maybe was the issue. Like if she said, I you know, put my Lego sets in a box when I'm done with them. People had some feelings, but I'm like, you know, first of all, parents are probably cleaning up kids every day, like throwing their Lego sets in boxes. I mean, that is not an uncommon occurrence. Lego sets are pretty hardcore. Like they will take a beating. And I'm not saying I would necessarily do that, but you know, that's just me. Really hard to tell. So all the set that she shows, and she has like the architecture, Trafalgar Square. She has the City Ashman truck. She has Harry Potter, Hogwarts, Astronomy Tower. She has the Creator 3-in-1 Townhouse Pet Cafe, and she has the Heartlake City Amusement Pier, which I've been kind of wanting that one. I also want the Harry Potter one. I haven't managed to pick either one of those two up, which is why I built this one today and we're reviewing it, because this was the only set that we had in common. Like I was kind of shocked. I was like, all right, this is what I got in common. I'm gonna build it and talk about it. So there we go.
And I actually have one right now that I haven't done that is supposed to be like expert, and I've never done one that big, so I'm a little like, ew. But yeah, I've done a couple more. I have no reason to keep the Legos, so I plan on just like Goodwilling or like selling. Maybe someone wants to buy them because they're kind of pricey, but I've just been having so much fun with them.
She talks about doing an expert set, but I couldn't find pictures or a video. But I did kind of start to get to the give up stage. You know, she's mostly, as I said, like an everyday life vlogger, and that's really not my cup of tea. But I was like, you know, I feel like I was kept trying to dig through the videos to try to find, like, can I see the set? I was really curious about what this expert Lego set was that you bought. So for those of you who don't know, if you somehow found me from that universe, Creator Expert is an actual theme. So Lego has what they call themes, which is basically their little various lines that they produce, like Harry Potter, Star Wars, Lego City, Lego Friends. There's all different types of one. And one of them is the Lego Creator Expert line. And my theory, because she specifically says it's expert, and I don't think she was buying from Lego stores or Lego.com, is I think it was probably the Lego Bookshop. It's one of the most recent ones where they still had that expert notation on the box. Some of the more recent ones, they've removed that. So that's my theory. Lego sets are definitely resellable. I would sell those guys. You can definitely get some money back out of them. I would say probably 75 to 80% of what you paid for a used set if you have all the pieces and the books and everything. Maybe more depending on the demand for the set or how popular the set it was. Like there's some factors in there on whether or not how much money you can get in and out of it. I would also say that I would probably sell before I would donate. Just because it gives you a lot of flexibility. So even if you want to donate to a charity, if you sell the items, then you can take that money and put it into whatever type of charity your heart desires. Do some research before I would donate the sets themselves to a charity. As far as who do you want the set to go to? Do you want it to end up with a kid, or do you not care? Like if there's different factors, just do some research beforehand. Since Goodwill is very close to a retailer, they're going to resell that item. The set isn't necessarily going to end up with a kid in need, so to speak. So there are lots of choices out there, regardless. You could also resell them just to keep your own hobby going. Sell them, buy a new set, sell it, buy a new set. And that could be a hobby in and of itself, is doing that resell. So that's kind of cool. There's choices out there.
I did that. I don't know why I'm so proud, but I don't know. Legos is just super therapeutic to me for some reason. So I just have a lot of fun with it, and they usually take me about a week to finish.
I think that I liked that she said in her video, she talks about being proud of building it. And I kind of do that in my videos at the end where I'm like, Empress, I built this. I'm always happy about my builds, whether they're a mock or they're instructions. And I do mostly instruction builds. Most of the mocks I do, I kind of don't really show on camera yet. I'm not quite at that comfortability stage. It makes me very vulnerable to show my mocks. I showed my St. Patrick's Day one, and that took a lot out of me. Just FYI. But I do get that feeling like it's a sense of pride that you created a thing. And I do a lot of hobbies. I have a little bit of neurodiversity as well, so I kind of get it. Like some of the hobbies I do come to help me with that. Building Lego is one. I also do jigsaw puzzles, which is also an alternative. If you're finding Lego expensive, have you tried jigsaw puzzles? Amberlynn, just open letter to you, lady friend. Give that a shot if you haven't already. Some people find, knitting and crocheting. I do like to knit and crochet, but it does kind of hurt my hands, some of the repetitive motion, but off topic, so sorry. Some people use those coloring books. It's like adult coloring books. I don't find them very therapeutic for whatever reason. They do not trip those same sensors in my brain, but some people really love them, so those are tons of alternatives out there. Scrapbooking, I know people who are into that. So there are lots of hobbies that can sometimes help if you're finding that you're looking for some sort of therapeutic meditation activity. And for me, it generally is Lego. And getting to talk about them is why I started a channel, because they make me happy, and talking about them makes me happy. So, yay, happy. Sorry, my focus. Also, speaking of Lego as a therapy, if you would like to know more about it, definitely go on Google, do some searches. There's lots of articles and whatnot out there. There's also a really good one I read recently on bricknerd.com, Therapy, Neurodiversity, and Lego, a personal journal. And they collected experiences of other neurodiverse builders, and I thought that was really cool. I'll put a link in the description below. I would definitely encourage people to go read, follow, it was a really good article. It was very well put together. It was, I was impressed. So I was like, yeah. The only thing I thought was a little weird was not putting Lego sets on display. And this is where I would say I don't consider you an AFOL, which I'm not saying you have to put your Lego sets on display to be considered an adult fan of Lego. But I think when we're talking about that hyper fan, usually building it and putting it on display is kind of part of it for most people, which I'm not saying it has to be by any means. Definitely live your own Lego life, but it was just a little odd. Most of the people I know who don't put a lot of their sets on display or have limitations to where they can display them are either because of the space they're living in or who they're sharing space with. Sometimes they're domestic partners, etc. are like, no, I don't want Legos all over the house. She seems like a little invested, not counting that expert set that I don't know what it is. She's got about a good $400 invested in Lego. So that's not a bad, starter investment for someone who's just getting into it. I did want to try to reach out and find out. And so when I hit this peek up, I need to know what was the set. I went on to Instagram. I tried to follow her and send a DM, but it said you can't DM this person because of, you're not BFFs. And I think I tried on, was it Twitter or something? I was on something else that I tried. So my only choice was to leave a comment, but her comment section gets a little heated. As I said, she has a lot of reaction channels. Some people have very strong feelings about her. I just think she was just an everyday type person to me. I didn't quite get it. Again, she has 6 years of content, and I was mostly focused on looking just for Lego content. So I'm looking at a little tiny portion of what she does. And my only concerns are what Lego sets are you building? What you got going on? Why are you building sets all over the place? How are you supposed to be putting together an organization and stuff? Which I don't have any problem with people buying mixed sets. I buy sets all throughout different themes, but I don't know if I've seen a lot of people who, when they're getting started, do that. A lot of people I know who have gotten started usually kind of stick with a theme when they first do it. I don't think I've seen such a weird diversity like what she had. I was like, okay, that's really all over the place. But I thought maybe she was like testing the waters to figure out like what was going to be her jam for building. So the only thing I would say on a personal level to Amberlynn is I wish it was easier to DM you, because I would have liked to reach out and been like, hey, I think it's cool that you found Lego building. I would like to know, hey, have you tried jigsaw puzzles? This is my suggestions for reselling, etc., etc. And I might also, just to be on the safe side, be like, hey, the proper polarization of Lego. Even though I've probably just been like, hey, go watch the Toys That Made Us documentary, because that kind of covers it. Even though I do myself say Legos, I think it just sounds fun and I can't stop myself, and I'm sorry. So if any other AFOLs out there get upset with me, I apologize for my bad polarization. I will do it. I will try to be better. I will try to be better. Try to be better. Anyway, I'm Pris, and I built this. I've been doing expert Legos. So what makes this one is it's an idea set, not a creator expert set. Get it? I know that was only an AFOL joke. It is 18 plus though, just FYI. It's Sesame Street's an 18 plus set. Don't know why. If you want more crazy random Lego content, please like and subscribe.